Hi everyone, glad to see you again. Today, I have something informative lined up for you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe online, cyber network. Before we get started, standard disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. Alright, let's jump into this rabbit hole. Today we're talking about something seriously messed up. The possibility that your calls are being listened to. I know, it sounds like some straight-up tinfoil hat conspiracy stuff, but stay with me here. Over the past few years, there's been a steady drip of news stories and whistleblowers coming forward, all pointing to the same terrifying reality. Our privacy is more vulnerable than ever. And I'm not just talking about your browsing history or your Instagram DMs. We're talking about the conversations you have on your phone, the things you say when you think no one's listening. It's enough to make you want to ditch your smartphone and live off the grid. But hold on, before you go full survivalist, let's break down exactly what's going on, how real the threat is, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself. Alright, so first let's address the elephant in the room. Or should I say, the tech giant in your pocket. We've all seen the headlines, major tech companies being caught red-handed collecting our data without our consent. And it's not just metadata, people. We're talking about the actual content of our conversations. Think about that for a second. Every whispered secret, every private conversation, every rant you've ever had on the phone, potentially recorded and analyzed. Now these companies, they always have the same excuse, right? It's all about improving user experience or some other PR BS. But let's be real, fam. They're collecting this data for one reason and one reason only: to make money. The more they know about us, the more targeted their ads become, and the deeper our digital chains are bound. And the scariest part is, it's all perfectly legal. Well, mostly legal. There have been some lawsuits, some attempts to regulate this wild west of data collection. But honestly, it feels like we're playing catch-up. The technology is advancing faster than the laws can keep up, and in the meantime, our privacy is being eroded right out from under us. And this isn't just some abstract, futuristic dystopia we're talking about. This is happening right now in 2023. People are waking up to the fact that big tech knows way too much about them, and they're starting to push back. There are privacy advocates, journalists, and everyday people sounding the alarm, trying to wake everyone up to what's going on. And that's what we're doing here today. We're not going to sit back and let these corporations walk all over us. We're going to expose what's happening. We're going to fight for our right to privacy. And we're going to take back control of our digital lives. So how does this even work? How are they listening in on our conversations? Well, it's all about the data, my friends. Every time you use your phone, you're leaving a digital trail, a breadcrumb trail that these companies follow with the precision of a hawk eyeing its prey. Every call you make, every text you send, every website you visit, it all gets logged, stored, and analyzed. And it's not just your phone either. Your smart speaker, your laptop, even your smart TV, they're all collecting data on you. It's this sprawling web of surveillance, and we're all caught in it. And here's the kicker. You've already agreed to it. Remember that 20-page terms of service you blindly scrolled through? Yeah, buried in all that legal jargon is the permission for these companies to collect and use your data. They know most people will never read that wall of text, so they bury the really shady stuff in there, hoping it'll fly under the radar. And for the most part, it works. We click agree, we move on with our lives, and we don't give it a second thought. But we need to start giving it a second thought, people. Because this data, it's incredibly valuable. It's the currency of the 21st century, and these companies are making a killing off of it. They sell it to advertisers, they use it to manipulate our behavior, and they even hand it over to the government when they feel like it. Your data is being bought, sold, and traded like a commodity, and you're not seeing a dime of the profits. It's time to start asking ourselves, are we okay with this? Are we comfortable with these corporations knowing literally everything about us? They were wrong. Now, you might be thinking, all right, Anitson, this all sounds pretty messed up, but is there any actual proof, or is this just a bunch of paranoid speculation? Well, buckle up, because I'm about to drop some truth bombs that'll make your head spin. Remember that time you were talking to your friend about that new pair of shoes you wanted? And then, like magic, an ad for those exact shoes popped up on your Instagram feed. Coincidence? I think not. There have been countless stories of people experiencing eerily specific targeted advertising right after having a private conversation. A couple discussing needing a new mattress suddenly starts seeing ads for mattress sales. Someone mentions wanting to go on vacation, and boom, travel deals start flooding their inbox. And these aren't just isolated incidents. Journalists, privacy advocates, and even government officials have started raising red flags about the invasive nature of data collection. We've seen whistleblowers risk their careers to expose the shady practices of these tech giants. There was this one case, a guy named Mark, not his real name obviously, who was a software engineer for a major tech company. He came forward with evidence that the company was using voice data from their smart speakers to train their AI algorithms. And get this, they weren't just using anonymized data. They had actual employees listening to recordings of people's private conversations in their homes. This wasn't some rogue operation either. This was standard practice, sanctioned from the top down. Mark blew the whistle, risking his career and reputation to expose the truth. And you know what happened? He was fired, publicly smeared, and his story was buried by the company's PR machine. Is it even legal? Okay, so here's the million-dollar question. Is any of this even legal? The answer, like most things in the legal world, is complicated. There are laws in place that are supposed to protect our privacy. You've got the Electronic Communications Privacy Act, the Wiretap Act, even the Constitution itself has something to say about unreasonable searches and seizures. But here's the thing. These laws were written before the internet, before smartphones, before the concept of big data even existed. They're woefully outdated and ill-equipped to deal with the complexities of the digital age. And even when these laws do apply, enforcing them is like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. These tech companies, they've got armies of lawyers, lobbyists, and PR gurus whose sole job is to find loopholes, bend the rules, and make sure their corporate overlords stay one step ahead of the law. They'll argue that you consented to this data collection when you clicked agree on that terms of service agreement that no one reads. They'll say it's necessary for national security, to prevent terrorism, to keep us safe. But at what cost? Are we really willing to sacrifice our fundamental right to privacy in the name of security? Are we willing to live in a world where every word we say, every thought we have is monitored and recorded? It's a slippery slope, my friends, and once we start down that path, there's no turning back. We need to draw a line in the sand and say enough is enough. Our privacy matters, our rights matter, and we're not going to let them be trampled on any longer. Fight back. So, what can we do about it? Are we just supposed to accept defeat and let these tech overlords control our every move? Hell no. We fight back. We take back control of our digital lives. And we show these corporations that they don't own us, they don't own our data, and they don't get to dictate the terms of our digital existence. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not going to be easy. These companies have billions of dollars and an army of lawyers on their side, but we have something they don't. People power. When we come together, raise our voices, and demand change, they're forced to listen. First things first, educate yourself. Read up on privacy laws, understand your rights, and learn about the different ways your data is being collected and used. Knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better equipped you'll be to fight back. Next, start taking steps to protect your privacy. Use strong passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and be mindful of the apps you download and the permissions you grant them. There are also privacy-focused alternatives to the big tech giants. Look into privacy-focused browsers, search engines, and messaging apps. They might not have all the bells and whistles of the mainstream options, but they'll treat your data with respect and prioritize your privacy. And most importantly, speak up. Talk to your friends, family, and colleagues about this issue. Share this video, spread the word, and let's make some noise. The more people who are aware of what's going on, the more pressure we can put on these companies to change their ways. What will you do? Look, I know this is a lot to take in, it's scary stuff, but we can't afford to bury our heads in the sand and pretend it's not happening. The future of our privacy, our freedom, depends on us taking action now. So what are you going to do? Are you going to be a passive bystander and let them walk all over you? Or are you going to stand up, fight back, and take back control of your digital life? The choice is yours. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future videos. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay free. Peace out. Thanks for watching and learning with me. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. I value your feedback. Cyber Network.